There are so many crafts you can make using mason jars. I know you know this. And Dollar Tree has the large mason jars and the small ones, and you can do so many great things with them. We're going to start with a large one. I'm just going to remove the lid and wipe it well. We're not going to use the lid on this one. I'm going to wipe it because sometimes they get dusty and grungy. And then I'm just going to set it on the towel very carefully. And we're going to use the front side, not the textured numbered side. At Dollar Tree, you can find all kinds of Valentine's Day crafting supplies and decor, including these doilies that have the shape of a heart. These are the smaller ones, and I'm just going to use one of them. I'm going to place it right there in front, making sure that the tip of the bottom of the heart does not overlap the bottom. I'm going to add a little dab of hot glue on each side just to hold it in place, not a lot. These window clings are also from Dollar Tree, and they're beautiful to put on your windows, but they are so fun to craft with. I am going to take the heart with multiple shades of pink and red. I'm going to place it in the center with a small brush and Mod Podge. I'm just going to Mod Podge it. A little goes a long way. And I keep doing this until the entire thing is attached. Now you can leave it like this. I think it's very pretty. Or you can add whatever else you want. I decided to add some of this baker's twine string. It's a red and white. I got it for Christmas, but I think it looks great for Valentine's Day as well. I'm going to wrap it around 3 times. And then I'm just going to make a very simple bow in the front. Again, you can keep adding whatever else you want. I just wanted to add the bow. I think it's just add a nice little detail without overtaking the entire design. Inside, you can add roses, pink flowers. I decided to keep it in the green. That way, it's just going to make the heart in the jar really stand out. It's definitely one of my favorites from today, but what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take another large mason jar, remove the sticker from the bottom and the lid, and we're again going to wipe it really well. For this one, we are going to be layering quite a bit around the jar, and I know you've seen many of these before, but I'm going to show you different things that you can use that maybe you already have at home to be able to create a nice layered jar for either a vase, a centerpiece, or even a gift. I'm going to start with this burlap ribbon, and we're just going to wrap it around very simply. And then I don't have a bright red ribbon, so I'm just going to take this leftover piece of felt fabric from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut it in the size that I need. And it happened to fit the jar perfectly around it. Kid you not. Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to add a little bit of glue in the center, in the front, and then wrap it around towards the back. This is another one where you can keep adding whatever else you want. I'm just going to add some of the jute string, wrap it around a few times. And of course, you can wrap it as many times as you want. I wanted the knot to be in the front, so I'm just going to go ahead and knot it in the front temporarily because I did have to change it. And I'll show you here why. Now, Dollar Tree's aisle, especially the crafting aisle, they have a ton of stickers. I love their selections, and they have them for every season, including Valentine's Day. This beautiful set has this gorgeous heart, and it has this jute string kind of like design on it. Now, when I placed it on top of the knot, it would not attach because the knot was just too thick. So I decided to undo the knot. I'm going to place the heart right there, which is now a little bit more flush to the surface. And then we're going to bring back the jute string and create the knot in front of the heart, which worked really well. I am then going to create a nice simple little bow using the same jute string just to give it that same look that the heart already had. I'm just going to loop 2 loops around each other, like shoelaces, I guess, and then fluff and tighten as needed. And then we're just going to hot glue it right there to the front. Again, this is another one. You can add whatever florals you want. You can add candies as a gift, whatever. This red flower really complements the design, but what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take a smaller mason jar. Again, we're going to remove the lid, the sticker from the bottom, and we're going to wipe it really well. For this one, I want to use these patches. Now, these patches are meant to be used as iron-on patches for fabric. I've already used it in a review video that I did, but I'm going to take the remaining patch and I'm just going to fold it in half. And then using my scissors, I'm just going to cut out the shape of a heart, just half a heart. And then when you open it up, you have a nice heart. Now you can leave it like this, but I wanted to add a stitching look around the edge of the heart. I'm going to take this 2-color jute string and one of my stitching needles, and I'm just going to start giving it that stitching look by stitching it in and out all through the edge from one side to the other. This took a little bit of time, and that's why I said it's optional, but you can definitely do it and it adds a lot of character. Now, once you have it completely stitched, I am going to cut off the excess, and then we're just going to tape it right there instead of knotting it so that it can be nice and flush to the jar. I'm going to take my hole puncher and I'm just going to punch 2 holes, one on each side of the heart. This is where we can thread more jute string so that we can tie it around the jar. I'm going to thread it through the front, through the back, and then back to the front. I'm going to add a little dab of hot glue just to hold that heart in place in the front of the jar, and then it gives me some wiggle room to be able to tie it in a knot in the back. Again, this is another one. I'm going to leave it pretty simple, but you can add whatever florals you want to the inside. I am going to wrap all of the thread of the jar with the same jute string just to cover that up and add a little bit more of a texture to it. That's it. I secured it with hot glue and added some greenery, but look how gorgeous it is. I think adding the stitching really give it some good, beautiful look. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take one of the larger mason jars. This one was a leftover from another project, and it had little black speckles in it from the project, and that would not come off. I don't know why. So we're just going to cover it up and use it for this one. I watered down some Mod Podge, and then we're going to take beautiful wrapping paper from Dollar Tree. You can find these in all kinds of designs, especially beautiful ones with a wedding style or spring or Valentine's. They're just gorgeous. I'm just going to rip it in different shapes, and I want it to have that torn look. I'm going to start covering the entire jar using the paper and the Mod Podge. So basically just add Mod Podge, then add piece by piece of the paper, making sure you're covering the entire surface, and then add more Mod Podge to the top so that everything is sealed. The Mod Podge that I'm using has a matte finish. You can use the glossy one if you want as well. This is just what I had at home. So I'm going to keep doing this until the entire jar is covered. I set it to the side to dry, and look how gorgeous this is. It's one of my favorite. I love it. All right, so now I'm going to look for the side that kind of looks the best, and I'm going to choose that to be my front. Then I'm going to take this burlap style ribbon. This one I got on Amazon, and we're just going to wrap it around the thread at the top, making sure that it overlaps a little bit towards the bottom and then a little bit towards the top, overlapping the edge. That way it's just going to add nice texture to it. Secured it in place with hot glue, and again, this is another one that you can add whatever else you want. I decided to take this beautiful pink flower. I'm going to spread the petals just a little bit so it gives the illusion that it has more petals than what it really has. Cut off the excess pick from the back, add hot glue, and we're just going to add it right here. Now, if you're going to add actual flowers to the vase, then don't add anything. Maybe you can add some more jute string, maybe wrap another or layer another ribbon. But because I added the flower to the jar, I'm just going to add the greenery, and I love the way it turned out. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take one of the smaller jars, remove the lid, and remove the sticker from the bottom. And I want to apologize for the awful resolution. I don't know why my camera adjusted to this, but I promise it gets better. All right, so I wiped it well, and I'm just going to paint it with Waverly chalk paint in the white, and I gave it 2 coats. I'm going to take these beautiful stock paper. They come in beautiful color, although I know it's hard to see what colors they are. And I'm going to take my heart-shaped puncher, and I'm going to create several of these, and then we are going to use these to create a conversation heart design for our mason jar, which I think is adorable. I'm going to start writing with my red marker just little messages like the heart candies have, whether like it's be mine, love, hug me, kiss me, that kind of thing. Once the jar was nicely dry, we are going to take this ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. We're just going to wrap it around the top. I think it complements the design really nicely. Hot glue it in place, And then we're going to start taking the conversation hearts and we're just going to start dabbing them with a little bit of hot glue and just placing them all around the jar. Now that the resolution is better, you can really see and appreciate the colors of the hearts. That's about it for this one. Again, I'm going to keep it with just the greenery, but you can add florals to it, and that will look very pretty. This will make a very cute gift as well. But what do you think of this one? It's actually one of my favorites because of the simplicity and how fun it is. But let me know what you think. I have another video here for you with tons more of Dollar Tree DIY crafts inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.